to my channel and welcome back. Again, these are free collective readings. They're not going to resonate with everybody, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's get rid of oil. What does my collective need to know today? Other than that, this is a general reading, okay? It's not going to resonate with everybody, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so what does my collective need to know today? What does my collective need to know today? Got Empress energy. Taurus, Vega, okay? Very intuitive, alright? You could be masculine or feminine, by the way. Very intuitive. We have the Moon card, 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and then we have the Page of Wands. So there's going to be some sort of forward movement, okay? Forward movement. Someone could be trying to possess your generational wealth, okay? Somebody wants to possess your generational wealth, okay? Somebody wants to keep it a secret that they want your generational wealth, or they have taken your generational wealth. We've got a Vega, Hermit, 10 of Swords, okay? Somebody wants your spiritual knowledge. You could be a messenger, okay? There's been a lot of backstabbing, a lot. 10 of Wands, Temperance card, and the Queen of Swords. So I'm getting masculine or feminine, okay? It's straight to the point, but they don't like that, okay? They want to break your spiritual protection with Temperance energy. Somebody's not liking your connection to the divine, alright? They're trying to take your divine inheritance. Page of Swords and 7 of Swords. Then we've got a King of Wands. Could be masculine or feminine, alright? But I am getting Leo, Aries or Sagittarius. Was in a state of lack in their own world, alright? So we've got High Priestess, and then we have Leo again. So it's something to do with your divine connection, alright? Your spiritual connection. Could be that you are a High Priestess, you don't have to be, but then we've got the Sun card. The 6 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. So somebody wants to possess your soul purpose, okay? Somebody wants like your messages, your divine messages, your intuitive downloads. There's a lot of moon energy, okay? We've got a moon here. We've got a moon here. And a moon here. Like some sort of goddess connection. God or goddess connection. I'm also thinking that this Leo, or somebody surrounding this Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, has been manipulating people to work against you because of your divine knowledge, your divine protection. So a Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. Somebody's trying to make out like they taught you. Devil in a Mitsu. The World, Four of Wands. Somebody who you used to live with at some point, or somebody who you let inside of your home at some point, has been doing nothing but hexes and curses and backstabbing you, okay? Because they don't like that you are straight to the point and you are speaking the truth surrounding the situation. So they got onto a hitman. Yeah, and this could be somebody who's claiming to be like a high priestess, alright? But they're lacking this divine connection and they're not getting these downloads from the divine because they're nothing but a devil in a meat suit. They want your full world, okay? They want your essence. See how this bit here, they want your essence. They want your full world, like your position. And if you are like a messenger, they want your divine messages. Or they're claiming your messages are their messages. Like, but they're doing hexes and they're doing curses. With the Moon card and the Six of Swords and the Temperance card, you've got a very strong connection. Archangel Michael is helping you move forward and away from this situation because there's somebody very mean surrounding. They brought a lot of stress surrounding this generational wealth. I'm getting they've been splitting this generational wealth between themselves because they've been chatting nothing but shit, alright? They've been sneaking around, backstabbing, and there's some sort of hitman type of energy. So they could have took over some wealth. And maybe you know about this, and maybe you've been speaking out about this, getting your Queen of Swords energy. And they've just been really careless because they've been leaving a trail of evidence everywhere they're going. Leaving a trail of evidence. They could be linking to some sort of like bike club, okay, a bike again, where they thought it was strength in numbers. They thought it was strength in numbers, okay. They thought it was strength in numbers. Someone's been trying to pull strings on everyone around you, everyone in your world, okay? Everyone around you, they've been pulling strings, manipulating people to work against you. And with the Two of Cups, okay, them and their partner, we've got the Two of Swords and we've got the King of Pentacles, a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus. Could be a Gemini or a Cancer, alright? Leo energy, again. Heavy on the Leo there. They're trying to manipulate and turn everyone against you, okay? They're trying to block off, with the Two of Swords, your intuition. They could have done everything, I can't get these off the block. They could have done everything they could, alright, to get you mad, to get you angry, to block off your third eye, okay, because somebody even wants your third eye, because it is something to do with your third eye and your channel, your downloads. Maybe for some, you could have a YouTube channel, that's just for some, but they want your channel, your download, your intuitive thoughts. They want your divine connection. You see, like with this Moon card, how there's like dots coming from the moon surrounding this feminine, and then it wraps around the womb, but the womb is like a world. So they even want your womb, alright? They want your solar plexus and they want your sacral, alright? That after your solar plexus and your sacral, alright? Because they want to manifest off your energy, your essence, your energetic field. This could be someone who you used to celebrate with at some point. Who you used to celebrate with. For some, you could have wrote some music. For some, you could have wrote some music and they want that. Maybe your singing voice. For some, they want your singing voice. They could have tried to block off your singing voice. Throat chakra, magic. Because they want to claim rights and credits to this wealth, what's not even theirs in the first place. But they want your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, your essence, your very being. And they've been launching health attacks. Somebody's trying to negatively affect your health, either physically or mentally. So physical health attacks, okay? Mental health attacks, a lot of mental magic. So this is obviously a set of dark witches and dark warlocks, alright? But you're a light worker, you're an earth angel. And they've been working with demons. Someone is conjuring demons to block your blessings and bring harm your way. So the devil worshippers, okay, who worship the devil and demons are very toxic, very low vibrational, okay. I'm getting hungry like the wolf. Divine protection. You are being protected by divine beings. They see what you're unable to see and cut it off before it can reach you. So, they want your divine protection. And they've been doing everything they can to hex and curse. Because they want this energy, the essence, what's radiating the light, what radiates from within you and around you. Then we've got theft magic. Somebody's out to take something that is yours. This could be love, money, energy, etc. So they want all your very being, like what's in your heart, okay? And with this womb, maybe they want your child or children, or they want to manifest off your womb. There's definitely been some sort of root chakra and sacral chakra magic. And then obviously doing all these chakra works and crown chakra attacks and a lot of mental magic. Evil eye. Someone envies you to the point of them not wanting to see you succeed. I'm getting like jealous sibling vibes, okay? But we have got talk too much. Someone will tell themselves and reveal their true feelings and intentions towards you. So they're talking to people on the phone about their plots, the plans, the schemes, messaging each other about the plots, the plans, the schemes. We've got victory. You'll be victorious over any attacks against you, no matter what they do, you will win. So they're in some sort of competition, okay? They're in some sort of competition. They've done a binding spell. Somebody's using spell work to keep you from using your personal power. So they've done this binding spell, okay, and then they've conjured up demons, alright, because they want to be able to possess your divine messages, and they've been getting reckless. Somebody's out of control and doing anything to any and everyone they want without having remorse, alright? And if you are a psychic, a medium, they have had you under back-to-back psychic attacks. You are clear of psychic attacks and evil eye during this time. Continue cleansing your energy. I'm also getting that they're struggling with abandonment issues. So your person feels abandoned by you and not liking that. But this doesn't have to be like a love relationship. This could be family member or family members, yeah? And it's, they don't want you to leave them behind. They want you to stay with them so they can keep continuing to do reckless magic. And even if you move away from this person, they will continue to do this reckless magic over photos. And if you've ever been on video call with them, they was doing magic like behind the scene. And we've got someone is trying to manifest you in their life because they want access to your energy, your messages, like, because they want to make out like, because they're part of your family or was part of your family some way, shape or form, they think that they should have some sort of rights and control over your gifts and your wealth. They're feeling so stressed out because everything's backfiring. They're feeling so stressed out. The energy work done against you is done, it's over, the spell has been broken. So you've broken like hexes and curses, alright? And they're getting mad. And maybe this spell work was not working how they wanted it to, and all these psychic attacks. So they were sneaking around your property with guns. Because they're obsessed. Someone is obsessed with you to the point where they cannot stop thinking about you. Then we've got jealousy. Someone is jealous of who you are and the accomplishments you've made, so they want to take everything from you. They want to possess everything you are, because, well, they've been working with devils and demons. And, well, demons, they possess people, yeah? Love spell. Someone is casting a love spell to win your love. That didn't seem to be working, so then they did a love block spell. Someone does not want you to be happy in love. The hell? They're obsessed with spell work. I'm also getting that in this like cult or coven, alright, they're recruiting other family members, friends, into that, alright, and everyone's joining together for their hate. But then they're doing sex magic. So it's somebody who wants sex with divine masculine, divine feminine, so they can harvest that sacral energy, and then they can manifest off this sacral energy, and then because they're cloaking themselves in this energy, they manifest off other people's energetic field. So someone definitely wants some sort of sexual control over you. But this is linking to like a family member and quite possibly even an ex who's mad because you blocked them. That's for some. Someone's mad because you blocked them. You blocked them out of your life. So then they have just been getting reckless with this magic, right? We've got mirror magic. Someone envies you and is trying to steal your essence to become a mirror image, and they want your power transferring onto them. You've either given up your personal power or someone has taken it from you. So they're doing binding spells to stop you from using your personal power, and they're pulling strings. But then they get instant karma. They will receive instant karma for anything they try to do to you, alright? And you are protected. What they have planned for you will not work. So it's not working how they want it to work, alright? They love putting psychics under psychic attacks, but then they're going off to fake readers, alright? People who can shuffle a couple of cards, chat a bit of shit, but then they don't know what psychic attack is. Like, they've never been under psychic attack, so then they're not real psychics. So this could be somebody who's claiming to be a psychic, also involved in this, alright? And they're not. They're just not. So someone who wants to claim to be a psychic, but they're not even a real psychic, alright? And someone who flips a couple of cards, but they're not doing accurate readings. They're lacking, okay? Four of Cups and High Priestess. They're lacking this divine connection. Because they're a dark witch, a dark warlock. How is a dark witch or a dark warlock going to be able to connect and be in tune with the divine? They're not. They're not. But I'm getting like a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius is very jealous of you, or they're very jealous of this masculine or feminine who you are inquiring about. Very jealous. Very jealous. Nothing but hexes and curses, like back to back. This is all they seem to do, these dark witches and warlocks. So financial attacks. Somebody's attacking you spiritually to negatively affect your finances. They did a family curse. Someone thinks you hurt them and are mad and out to seek revenge. So you could have gotten your Queen of Swords murdered, alright? And spoke some truth. Maybe they thought one of your messages was a bit mean and a bit direct. That could be text message or whatever, but somebody thought one of the messages was a bit mean or something, a bit direct. So they went on off and did a family curse. Somebody's using magic to place generational curses on you and your family. Then they did some sort of reversal magic, yeah? So they either did this themselves or they went off to another dark witch and dark warlock to do this because of your divine connection, because of your spiritual knowledge, and because you go within yourself in order to do your own shadow work. So this is somebody, I'm getting as well, what I'm picking up on, this is someone who wants to make out like they're more advanced. Right, because it is a collective reading, and there is a few people doing this in different like cults or covens, right? So bear with. This is someone who wants to make out like they've taught you something, for some. And this is someone who wants to claim like credits to your work. And then there's another like group, this could be a group of warlocks, who the warlock spells was not working fast enough, so they put a hit out, but they've left a trail of evidence. Get some letters, see what we've got. C, we've got K, we've got Y, we've got Q. Okay, this could be any of these people's initials or yours. K again, S, H, I, A again, and H again. Still a couple of more. F, M, G, L. So this could be any of their initials, alright? Get a couple more. Or your initials. W and their pal's initials. M. We've got a W again. F. T. J. C. G. D. So we have got G or D. God. And then we've got P. G or D. It's come out at the end. And they don't like your connection to God. Because maybe with your connection to God and with how intuitive you are, you know that they work with the devil and demons. And they're not liking that. Maybe you've outed them or mentioned about them being a dark witch or a dark warlock. And they thought your message was a bit too direct for them. So they don't like the truth, alright? They don't like the truth. These are the type of people who don't live in the truth. They don't like truth seekers. We've got house, sudden wealth, and then we've got coffin. Then we've got high honour. So they're not liking that you are held in high honour to, we've got this G.O.D. what came out. To God. G. D. But again, these could be any of your initials or their initials, yeah? But G.O.D. is significant in this reading because with this generational wealth, with this sudden wealth, okay, you should have been able to buy your own home and be living a life of luxury by now, and they thought, nah, we're not having that. We're going to put ending to that. But they really underestimated your connection to the divine. Here's a poverty spell, okay? Here's the financial attacks, okay? Here is the mental health and physical health spell work, what they've been doing. Financial attacks, so they took hold of some sort of wealth in some way, shape or form, alright? There's the financial attacks. Oh my lordy, where is that? Here's the health, physical or mental. This is the physical and mental health attacks they've been doing. One of these people, or some of these people, in this cult or coven, or both, okay, they have some sort of connection to like a psychotherapist or a counsellor or a healthcare worker, healthcare provider, or an occupational therapist. Alright? And they could be doing that but chat shit to their occupational therapist, alright? To get their occupational therapist to come for you. That's for some. Because they're doing love magic and sex magic on their occupational therapist, is what I'm getting. But again, that's for some. Love magic, sex magic on their occupational therapist, and then pulling their occupational therapist's strings. Love magic on their occupational therapist. This could be somebody who's like a hitman. Type of energy. I'm also getting that somebody just wants you to bow down to them, okay? So we've got stolen birth certificate, national insurance card, bank details. They seek full control. They want your full world. Then with this voodoo doll, they've done IIED, intentional infliction of emotional distress law, recklessly causing another to suffer, and wanting to keep you trapped in a toxic cycle, so made deals with the devil to keep you trapped, and they started performing satanic rituals on you and others because they're getting reckless and they're doing this to any and everyone they want without having any remorse. Filing false reports. So they've also got somebody through some sort of sexual connection or a pal who works within law, okay, and they've been manipulating them, okay, doing love spells on them, alright. Persecute, hostility, ill treatment. They want to know your every move, and we've got lied on her. And we've got this premeditated murder. This assassin hitman energy, premeditated murder. Because the spell work wasn't working fast enough, okay? The satanic rituals with their pals, their cult, their coven. Back-to-back spell work. I'm getting this overwhelming evidence. So many involved, it's going to be one long trial, and it's like a criminal enterprise. And they've also been doing stop and block justice spells. They've got severe mental health issues because they've made deals with devil's demons. Some of them have sold the soul, and they conjure devils and demons up, alright? And then they want to pull people's strings to start working against you because they seek full control over your full world, okay? Because of this wealth, this sudden wealth, what they want and what they seem to have took. They've got severe mental health issues, alright? Maybe you could have mentioned that. Severe mental health issues, and because of how direct you were, they wanted to ruin your mental health because they've been paying people to stalk you. They think they're the 1% club. Think they're the 1% club, alright? They think there's only 1% of these dark witches and warlocks, okay, on the planet who make deals with devils and demons, and they think there's only 1% of people on the full entire planet, the whole world, who worship the devil, but there's not. There's loads. There's loads. There is loads. So they really think that they're a 1% club, alright? And with this sun card, alright, they actually believe, or they may have connections, or they could actually be in, like Illuminati, some sort of satanic motorcycle club, Freemasons, and it's the, what's them called? The Lady Masons, Eastern Stars. And they think that because they are in these cults, these covens, and because they work within the law, alright, they think that they can steal your full identity, or this masculine or feminine's full identity, okay, and do all of these things because they're all demonically possessed. They will try to plead insanity because they've been doing rituals to abuse this masculine or feminine, and they're going to try and plead insanity. high level of intelligence, very smart. They cause such a mess. Cause such a mess because masculine or feminine, what I'm getting with all these rituals, with all like these hexes and curses, alright, masculine or feminine should have maybe been gone by now, wants to trap you for life so they can continue this satanic ritual abuse. It's all organised crime, and they will be arrested for trying to set you up. Then we've got someone who's willing to risk their own life to save you, alright? They was trying to wrongfully imprison this masculine or feminine who's speaking the truth about what they've been going through. They're all going to be exposed. 9 of Wands, they all want to defend each other. They could even have, with the 6 of Cups, recruited childhood friends for the fruits of your labour. Recruited childhood friends to play games because childhood friends are like, nah, we're not having him or her, having this generational wealth. Come on, we'll all get together and we'll split it amongst ourselves and that. Let's form a plot, a plan, a scheme. Let's recruit their own childhood friends who are also jealous, anyone from their family, okay, anyone around them in this secret society, okay, because the moon card is there, it's come against them. 8 of Wands, this is going to hit the news, alright? This is going to hit the news. They're in the Judgment. They're under Judgment. We've got Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Judgment and Ace of Pentacles. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Okay? Just wanted to sit there. They took some sort of ideas, alright? Some sort of work or something. Some form of studies, alright? They took this wealth. Again, for some it could be music. And they wanted this prosperity for themselves. They're under judgment. They're all under judgment. And they're probably going to face judgment in a court of law by somebody who's not actually involved in these satanic cults, covens. Okay? So someone who's not a member of a secret society, someone who's not a member of the Illuminati, someone who's not a member of like the Freemasons or Eastern Stars, because somehow they forced power of attorney and they tried to get masculine or feminine locked up. Separation spells have been done with the LOOD, trying to stop a case from going to trial. Okay, they also did an insurance scam. Alright, so with these plots, these plans, these schemes, alright, and this attempted murder, they did an insurance scam. Now I'm getting, with this house, also, people from the local government was involved, okay? People who work within housing, like the council, or something like that, they was involved. Landlord and that. Because they know people who work within the hospitals, who's dark witches and dark warlocks, who's like death workers, where if you go into one of these hospitals for some sort of mental health or physical health, 9 times out of 10, when they're robbing your generational wealth, you're never going to leave. Because they will do anything they can to poison or bump you off some way, shape or form. Incarnated to dismantle evil covens and cults. So it's in your soul, purpose, it's in your life path, okay, to expose these secret societies who do these things. Because they don't all do these things, but a lot of them, they do. Sacrificing animals, okay, to have some form of power and control, like sacrificing animals to stop a case from going to trial because they're trying to avoid their karmic debt. So much injustice exposed. Trying to stress out an earth angel, a truth seeker. They've lost their ancestors. They've been caught stalking you, and they've got posing to be you online. A cousin. A cousin involved in this stolen identity. So a cousin has also recruited childhood friends, okay, because these childhood friends are also jealous of this wealth, and they thought, nah, we're not having them having their own wealth, we'll get involved. But they underestimated your divine connection and your connection to God. So there's a lot of spiritual warfare. It's hitting the news. It's going to be hitting the news about this organised crime with like family members, satanic rituals, Baphomet rituals, conjuring devils and demons. It's going to be like shocking news. Everyone in this cult or coven is being watched. Are they linking to a corrupt fruit? I can't get out. Fruit wants to come out there. Fruit's your labour. The fruit of the looms, right? Corrupt funeral homes. So this is like the insurance job as well, where they want to bump this masculine or feminine off and then get an insurance payout as well. Yeah, that's not, they're not all there in their heads. But because they've done this to other people and they've got away with it, they thought they was always going to get away with it. They've been doing dirt magic too, is what I'm getting. Character assassination, malicious and unjustified harming of a good person's reputation. We've got sinister plots exposed, and they was doing illegal experiments, unethical human experimentation. Corrupt judge involved, lawyer, solicitor, police, attorney. And obviously some sort of corrupt healthcare workers, hospital workers, alright, nurses, doctors, psychiatrists, occupational therapists, a lot. We've got always try to downgrade you to make you insecure. It's an underworld criminal organisation, and they're all turning on each other because they've been exposed. So they're all turning on each other now, and they're all doing a shit ton of black magic on each other. Alright, they're all attacking each other. Alright, they're all bouncing around with a frigging wand and stuff like that. I mean, look at him. He's got his wand. Alright, he's bouncing around with his wand. Alright. They're all bouncing around with wands. Paying for surgery with stolen money. So someone in this connection's got some sort of surgery, all the fours there. Someone in this connection took some of the money with this false power of attorney, alright, and then they've been getting surgery. Work friends jealous of you. So any friends you used to work alongside, right, they're jealous. Paper trail, forged documents found caught. BLOOD rituals and BLOOD contracts with the devil, pacts. They've been making deals with the devil, demons, pacts, pack of wolves, a pack of wolves, ravaging wolves. Like they always attack people who have a good connection to the divine. This could even be linking to a church. Who was involved in Ponzi schemes, investors led to believe that their return would be greater, promised return higher rate with little or no risk. They're going to get life in prison. Alright? Because they was like, well, if you all invest in this, and do this, do that, we'll take the money, and the return's going to be greater, because we're going to manifest off them, and then we're going to bump them off, is what I'm getting, and then we're going to cash in on an insurance job, because if they're worth this 10 of Pentacles, alright, and we get an insurance job done out on them, alright, with all these corrupt law, writing it all on up, then we'll cash in on the death as well. Wanted fame for doing sick things to you, and we've got full communities involved. So local hometown, city, state, continent, full area is involved in this. Like practically full community. Definitely a full community of all the dark witches and warlocks, and definitely majority of friends from childhood. Signs and witnesses, paid off. And then we've got the whole coven's going down. So there's a cult and a coven. And here we've got a clergy, priest, bishop, cardinals, preachers, pastor, pope, minister. And here we've got councillor, councilwoman, councilman, council person, regional government or local authority. So they're involved too. So full town, okay, majority of family, majority of friends, all join together to file false reports and put you, masculine, feminine, under false investigation, gang stalking. They're a set of perverts, and there's somebody in this connection who's an antique dealer. An antique dealer. So anything you have within your home, what's worth a few quid, they want that. Again, all premeditated murder. Trying to gain access inside of your home. But because they've got people who work within the local housing government, they've got copies of keys. Alright? So when masculine or feminine leaves, they're getting an entry, alright? They're putting spying devices, listening devices, alright? Sinister plots exposed. Exposed the full community. And they changed medical records for this BLOOD money under the table. Oh yeah, I'll do that for this money, because obviously there's contracts with the devil made in BLOOD, and they've just done back-to-back satanic rituals, and then they've also been paying for spell work and readings on you, or this masculine or feminine. So all a set of vamps, energy vampires, mail or wire communication. So we've got fraud, right? Mail or wire communication, a scheme to defraud someone, and a material deception, and they've been stealing mail. Because they've also got somebody who's a postman or a postwoman who works at the local post office. So they've been stealing mail. And we've got foster family or adopted family is involved. So many. All going down, exposed, so many. So obsessed with who you talk to. It's this obsession. And they don't want to see you hit this riches, this success, without them being in your life. They'd rather take absolutely everything, and here they are. Someone is using divination tools to pry into your personal life for their advantage, because they're trying to one up. Alright? Trying to one up, trying to outnumber, and they're competing to be this masculine, to take over the full identity. Absorb that energy, alright? Absorb their essence and overtake this full identity of this masculine or feminine, right? But they've done this to multiple people. So it's not just this one person. They've done this to multiple people. Competition magic. Someone feels they need to compete against you. That is a motivation for the things they do. So this cousin as well is proper competing. Copy of signature to claim assets, money. Going with all this fraud. And they've been under investigation for years, okay, for multiple crimes against you. And maybe this cousin or a family member, okay, is in Eastern Stars, Lady Masons. Disgusting. Stole a real estate, right? So, with this wealth, okay, they bought a real estate, alright, or somebody could have left you a real estate. They've been getting flight tickets, we've got investigator has proof, and we've got psychological warfare, actions intended to reduce an op's moral. Either your mother or their mother, alright, a mother figure is involved. And we've got poison manipulation, venom manipulation, various toxins inflict negative effects upon a target to cause total paralysis or even kill someone outright. So, trying to kill this masculine, this feminine off with dark energy, black magic, mental magic, death magic, alright? And that wasn't working enough, fast enough, so hits put out. That wasn't working fast enough, and that got exposed quite possibly, alright? And then there was poisoning. They're doing blockage spells, trying to create blockages and hurdles. Large group conspiring against you, wanting clout for taking you out. Clout seeker, fame seeker. So they all wanted clout. The corrupt law, the corrupt local authority, okay? Friends, family. They all wanted clout for taking this masculine or feminine out. Even exes could quite possibly be involved, right? But take what resonates and leave the rest, yeah? Wanting clout for taking you out. Clout seeker, fame seeker. So they've all been ringing each other, messaging each other in the little groups, gangs, teams, cults, covens, alright? And they're like, well, I bet I can go do this and I'm going to take him or her out. Right, alright. And they've done this attack, and they've done this attack from different angles. It's just pathetic. More letters. We've got Z, P, M, and a Q again. There's like a queue of people all tearing up, one after the next, one after the next. A lot of people involved, all queuing on up, one after the next. You launch this attack, you launch this attack, alright, because it's organised crime. You do this, alright, you do that, I'll do this, alright? You do that at this time, and I'll do that at this time, alright? And it's just persistent satanic rituals back to back. Because they're not liking that this masculine or feminine is speaking the truth, because they've done this to many people and got away with it. Pathetic. And there's the Freemasons. Freemason, Brotherhood, BLOOD, Earth's Luciferians. They will have to sell their homes to pay back everything they've stolen. Because a lot of it's been spent on spell work, alright? A lot of it's been spent on gang stalking, all the fives there. A lot of people have been getting paid under the table. They've been passing guns around because they've got some sort of gangster mentality or mafia mindset. They're not liking how they've outnumbered this masculine or feminine, alright? And this masculine or feminine is like running rings around them. Your ops need a lawyer. So these lawyers need a lawyer. This attorney needs a lawyer, alright? And here we've got a false prophet linking to a church or a false reader who's posing to be this masculine or feminine online, and posing to be them. And we've got a sister involved. A sister involved. Think about me spell. Probing. Reactive abuse to a set of narcissists, and then they've even done a shut up spell. Shut up about what we've been doing, will ya? Shut up about what we've been doing, will ya? We don't want to be exposed. You took down a gang, cult or coven, and again they've caused such a mess. They have no morals, yet they want to take the moral high ground. This is a corrupt law enforcement, no morals, yet they want to take the moral high ground. They thought they was getting away with it, but they will be arrested for attempted murder. They're going to get arrested for it. Let's do a couple more. They're going to get pushed back into poverty, alright, is what I'm getting, because they're all fakes, and this family, frauds. So linking to family, they're all fakes, they're all frauds, okay? They're being exposed. Maybe they've got a message, they've got concern. These Masons, and with this force, they thought they was getting away with it, because they was involved in the Masons, alright? Privileged lady, and we've got imprisonment, so they're all going to prison. Of course they are. They've been living off the back of other people, and again they've been doing this for a very long time. So they're going to lose everything, they're going to have to sell everything what they've got, they're going to have to give everything back. Multiple people are going to have to be compensated, and multiple people are getting locked up for attempted murder. Officials, stealing, great fortune and sudden wealth. This could be sibling, cousin, okay? These two, trying to pay money to keep them from going to jail. Hush hush money, I'll give you a cut, don't just let us out, don't let us, oh. Yeah, we've got imprisonment, we've got courthouse, and then we've got child. So any of these people who's got child or children, even corrupt people who work in this courthouse, they're being exposed, alright? If they have child or children, they're children because, well, they're going down for attempted murder and all this. The children are not safe around these type of people. So they're either going up for adoption, or in some sort of foster homes, alright? They're going up for adoption, foster homes, alright? Absolutely shocking that they're all going up for adoption or in some sort of foster home. Even friends' children. Even friends' children. Even these mothers. Maybe an Aquarius is involved because they committed, alright, because they loved the thought of being seen as well strong and powerful. Even getting people over the internet, working with people over the internet, and they tried to sacrifice because they collaborated to compete against this masculine or feminine for the full life, man. How can they do that? That's why they teamed up with the devil, because it was like, I want his or her whole world, alright? I want his or her masculine or feminine. I want his or her house, home. I want his or her wealth, alright? And then we'll do everything we can with this tarot card, the Two of Pentacles and the Magician, to manipulate everything and to make this masculine or feminine look mentally unstable with these mental magic and all these attacks. Because they wanted some sort of financial stability, because that's what a lot of people have gained, financial stability. The Fool card. And they was all jumping on this, jumping towards taking somebody else's full life and destiny, because they thought they deserved it more. They thought that they deserved this freaking generational wealth more, and split it amongst themselves. Five of Cups. They're going to lose their financial stability because it was never their financial stability to take in the first place. All these corrupt governments, they're getting locked up. They should have walked away and said no. You know, these local authority, okay, these judges, lawyers, solicitors, attorney, alright. But they all thought, nah, yeah, what we'll do is we'll cause absolute chaos and uproot, alright, and we'll just label them as mentally unstable because we've got corrupt nurses and all that shit, and we'll just go along with it, yeah? Seven of Cups and Four of Swords, this is this separation spell. Because they want this masculine or feminine to be in some sort of isolation and nobody listening to them, so they can get away with it, so they can keep running around, alright. And carrying on with what they're doing. Madness. So we've got someone is attacking your love relationships. They want to disrupt all areas of your love life, platonic and romantic, because they're very toxic. They're very obsessed. Very toxic, very obsessed. Very toxic and very obsessed. They underestimated your divine protection, your spiritual ranking, your connection to the divine. They really did. Even making offerings to marine spirits to gain power. This power and control, this power of attorney. And this reading, it's made me hungry. But they're going to lose everything. Even these corrupt local authorities, alright? Somebody's working hard behind the scenes to bring justice. I can't even make it up. To bring justice. Because they know that this is wrong. They know that this is wrong. Somebody's working hard behind the scenes to bring justice because they know that this situation is wrong and it's way out of control. They know that these people are manipulating. We've got Two of Cups, could be Gemini or Cancer, and then we've got Capricorn energy. They're manipulating everyone they can, and they're going to get found guilty. So there's going to be a new beginning, alright? and this justice, the good law, alright, with the Chariot card, they're going to let you gain control back, because they did this, they took control. They took that through forced power of attorney, because it was all romanticising and fantasising each other with the Seven of Wands and the Death card. Romanticising and fantasising about taking this sole purpose, alright, outnumbering this masculine or feminine, King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. It was all premeditated. With them and their lovers, they wanted to be seen as more powerful, more stronger. Four of Wands, people in the community. Three of Cups, friends. Because they've all been messaging each other about, with the Six of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, this money coming back to the rightful person. They're shitting themselves, and they was laughing, but they're going to lose this financial stability. Alright? And they committed to each other, and then they're like, we've got Page of Swords. It was your bright idea. It was your idea, because they're going to face judgment. And this prosperity is coming back to the rightful person, because they're going to face proper divine judgment. Okay? Everyone in this courthouse is under investigation. They're being watched by King of Swords. And a Chariot card, undercover. Undercover. Ten of Wands have been gathering evidence surrounding this sacrifice, or maybe even multiple sacrifices, to take this destiny. All getting on the bandwagon, jumping on in to take someone else's destiny and life path for themselves. They're weird. The absolute weirdos. Even this fake false family. Because for some, these fake false family members, ever since this masculine or feminine was a child, alright, they was all working together because they went to a reader, and this reader said this masculine or feminine is high honour, okay, and this masculine or feminine is coming into great fortune, and they came to change like the world, okay, and they thought, nah, we're going to have this. Them and other family members, so even parents, are involved in sacrificing their own child. And splitting the money amongst themselves, because they've always been fakes, they've always been false, they've always been fraudulent, okay? So ever since this masculine or feminine was a child, it's gone on for over an hour, hasn't it? But ever since this masculine or feminine was a child, right, they went to a reader, parents and family members, alright? And again, this reader said they're going to come in to great fortune. So family members thought, nah, we're going to have to change this, alright? This family, who's false person, and if we change this, alright, we'll all split the money amongst ourselves. So you go get working in law, alright? You get working in a prison. You get working as like a nurse. You get working as this, alright? You start courting or dating people in the local community, in the local council, the local housing, alright? You get sexual connection with them, slam them, alright? And you start making friends with their pals, alright? Because it was all organised. Because of this reading, what they got, and then they joined in with the 33rd degree Masons to stop this from happening, to keep their own child in poverty, because of parental figures involved, a mother or a father. And that's why this mother or father or parental figure joined into the Freemasons in the first place, because they was always premeditating this power of attorney. And then even this judges, people who work within this courthouse, they're in despair because they're losing the job, because it's all coming to light surrounding this gifted person, okay, surrounding this gift, this generational wealth, and this mature woman with this journey and message, was messaging everybody to get on hate train. She's a married woman, messaging everyone to get on hate train, because she has always been jealous too. Look, it's even here. Oh, I can't get this card up. Jealousy. Somebody's jealous of who you are and the accomplishments you've made, so they wanted it all for themselves. This fine dining life, this fine life. And so they chose to serve the devil, Charlie. So lodges are getting raided, okay? Lady Masons, Freemasons, they're all getting raided, and again, they thought they could get away with it. But they're losing everything. The jobs, the power positions, the lot, they're getting stripped of absolutely everything. Just trying to strip this masculine off feminine of everything they have. Child and high on earth, these parental figures, these family people surrounding this masculine or feminine, as soon as this child was born, this masculine or feminine, they outranked their own parents. Official child of God. We've got theft of house, hurt, and this sort of wealth. Even these corrupt nurses are going down. Because there's a corrupt nurse within the family, a corrupt nurse, someone who works in the court, right? And someone who works within the prison. And this cousin's been getting onto it. I'm going to have this privileged life. I'm going to make sure I can fiddle this here, fiddle this there, and funnel. And they're wanting to funnel it all to them, right? But fiddling this, so they got married, all right? But before they got married, they was canoodling with everybody who works within the hospital, canoodling with everyone who works within the housing, canoodling with everyone who works within the corrupt law. Sexual favours for immunity. So they all split it amongst themselves. And there's going to be an ending. Because they're going to get labelled as sick as fuck in the courtroom, alright? Even the people who work within the local housing, government, for doing this all. Falsifying everything. Because they're false officials. A real official wouldn't do these things. So that's why the real officials are on to them. Because they know they're psychopaths and they're not all there in their heads. Especially this guy who's going back into poverty and losing everything. Everything. Absolutely everything. Sick he is. Him and his lover. And it's coming soon. Very shortly. Paid money. Get a hit done, it's sick. So there is multiple hits, and they will be arrested for attempted murder. And again, these officials, they've been collecting evidence, these good ones, worried about being caught for evil acts and evil deeds for years, because it's been going on for years. A lot of bullying you to get you to lash out and commit crimes, and they've got nuns or sisters, someone who works within churches, brotherhood, because that already came out to try and cover the backs. They're going down. Because they was paying hush hush money. I can't even believe it. It's a large group. A large group. I said it. I said it, Dylan. I said it. It's a large group. Conspiring. Shut up, spell. Nah. Nah, Dannon. So, I'm going to leave that there, because it's over an hour again. Alright? But again, it was all premeditated and carefully thought out since the day this masculine or feminine was born, because they got a reading. So they all vowed to destroy this masculine feminine's full life, traumatise them, so they would never have any type of a normal life, because they're traumatised for life. Like, you can't heal from this. Because they wanted this masculine or feminine to constantly be falling apart and falling to pieces, because they was constantly getting treated like trash, and people was always getting paid to get lippy for a bag of crack or 20 quid or a bit of weed or a bit of alcohol or a car or what have you, and then they want to apologise in the courtroom. That's only because they've been caught, because this good judge is going to kick these toxic family and friends to the care, because this good judge is working with the Most High, okay? And this good judge, these good laws, are not going to let these people run away and get away with this, because they've been investigating these haters for years. They've got caught. Can't make it up. Alright? So, practicing patience, and I'm getting that you are tired of the drama, okay? I understand. Deceit, backstab, traitor, alright? They've even gone to a reader, and they didn't want to hear that they was going to get locked up for everything, because they brought about a lot of drama, okay, and spread so many malicious lies about people, because there was been doing it to multiple people, backstabbing everybody. Alright, someone could be getting a divorce because there's married couples involved. These BLOOD contracts have been broken because I'm getting somebody's been trying to ban these contracts to get rid of these contracts. Okay, so it's like the spell has been broken and they've been getting it all on camera. So as they've been stalking and spying, these good undercovers have been recording everything, even when they've been meeting on up, alright, getting rooms, flight tickets, hotel, motel, suite, business, pleasure. They could be even like flown abroad to do meetups out of the country, these fake friends. Because they've all been doing it with each other, they've all been slamming each other, but their bank account is under investigation. And it has been for a while. Ingoings, outgoings, phone calls, okay? Every plot, plan, scheme, every manipulation tactic, every lie to control this masculine or feminine's full life, it's been getting recorded. And somebody is keeping a promise to the Most High to bring justice. Because they know that these people are not sorry at all. If they was sorry, they'd have handed themselves in, alright, they'd admitted their wrongdoing, and they wouldn't have continued this for years and years and years, would they? That's what's flagged them up, getting investigated. No way. So yeah, I'm leaving it there. She's shitting herself about this coming to light. Airing a bloke. Alright, yeah. Because she was trotting around trying to act all high on her. Alright, being a childish cow. She's not all there. He's being childish and all. Raggedy 1 minute and all skint as hell. And then overnight, living a life of luxury along with this community of people who have been accepting money to bump this masculine off and off. I can't make it up. so many attempted murders, and again, people who work within the local housing, they're going to have to pay all the money back, they're going to have to sell their houses, their homes, they're going to get locked up, alright? They were trying to cover up this theft, so then they're going to have to pay compensation on top of that. And they're going to be all raggedy in prison, alright? They're never going to be able to get a job. There was always a fake false official, alright? Always doing these power of attorneys and bumping people off. Falsifying, fabricating evidence, falsifying this, and then popping on off, going abroad, swanning it up, living a life of luxury, someone who's linking to this courthouse, this prison, look. It's going to get abroad, her and him, and her mother. So we've got, this could be this cousin, alright? This could be this cousin's father and his cousin's mother, who's been journeying around, living a life of luxury for so many years, from insurance scams and bumping people off, and just swanning it off, and going abroad, splashing the cash, acting all toffee, acting all toffee, acting all toffee. That's why it's going to hit the news. This family, these people from childhood, family, friends, always playing games, sinister games. That's why it's going to hit the news, because it's all been exposed. It's all coming out. That's why there's going to be some good news surrounding this family, friends, local community. Okay, we've got this beggar, this undercover investigator. Who knew that this masculine or feminine was on their own and outnumbered. So they invested a lot of time and energy, and they was committed, or they are committed, to bringing this masculine or feminine a new beginning and bringing justice. I can't make it up, and making sure that these people get found guilty, and making sure it's fucking news. Right, so yeah, I did keep saying I'm leaving it there, but I just felt like there was a bit more. And I'm gonna go have my Subway salad in a box. Oh, I can't wait for it. Yeah, so send in peace, love and light, and I'll do another reading soon.